Greetings, my name is Kjeld Stormarnson and this is from a roleplay perspective where we will talk about the O38 bar on GrimHex today, a city lonely and exciting place between the dark corners and strange fogs of Green Imperial. Right now we are in the game with my second main character Dimas Flatcut, and we're standing in between both main elevators of GrimHex where most travelers, inhabitants and other fellows pass through to get everywhere else on this asteroid station. And we would just explore what the bar can take effect on my character or on any other role player who just passed through the bar. This place really got under my skin and let me spend hours of thinking and drinking with my comrades and friends. For any roleplay, this place might be the most perfect place to get city contracts, rumors and new special people get to know. Even this is not a pirate station, as a lot of people might think. It's more of a lost hole of refugees, bounty hunters and those who don't want to be found. Also, the bar might be the first respawn to get into a new darker network of characters and contractors. Well, the bar in front of me, this one, is the legendary O38 of GrimHex run by Trevor Goose Wheatley, and the space in front of me is the entrance area where the entry control begins. Well, entry control in a understated version of what you should be used to when you're entering the Voyager bar on Horizon or the Water-sprung Microtech. Most of the times no bouncer doorman is used, but when Trevor calls them in, they hire my man from my private military company tour to provide the event security. Well, at least this is the case inside the roleplay universe, and also we have to be good with the Nine-Tails to protect the name and blood-free party time in front of the counter. I always felt this comfortable little spot of socializing as a hideout and hidden shelter for those who want to play away from all the rest of the society. All this dark, grey and red light makes this feeling immersive and perfect to dive into a underground storyline. From the bar stool to the counter and back to the backroom passage, mostly 3 to 4 security mercenaries from my PMC are put to work around here. 2 of them ride for the entry control over here, another one for the back door exit, and the last one for the backroom passage, which is right over here. As I already said, security is not provided by the game itself yet, but in terms of the law, it would be very close that the Nine-Tails would put watches or own bouncers to sort out the customers and help those who don't follow the rules to find the way out. In this case, probably more bloody than de-escalating. Sometimes the second man in front of the door walks to patrol the area when this place gets crowded if any special event takes place. From the out-of-character perspective, should be noted that there aren't any security guards around the bar. Not even from the Nine-Tails yet, which could be changed in the future, of course. It mostly seems to be a lonely place without a lot of customers, but roleplay can change the atmosphere a lot, since this place here is perfect to be played immersively. You want to know how Green Imperial Housing Exchange became this forgotten place in the asteroid belt of Yela? You might want to ask Trevor Goose Wheatley, the one who runs the bar. For sure he knows a lot about the inner social structure of this place and heard a lot of plans and visions of criminals and pirate clans. He doesn't care who orders the beer. At least he gets his credits, everything should be fine. Maybe there might be another information in the pot, if it's worth your bank account. If we take a look to the back room where the storage and delivery gets in, I see a lot of boxes and these strange glasses where probably something is inside, and it doesn't really make sense because it's upside down, but this place is really interesting because you can have private dialogues or other things you can just roleplay here, which really gets into atmosphere if you just let the place take effect on you. Or maybe you want to exchange widow, smash or other drugs if you play as criminal, smuggler or pirate. Even piracy doesn't need to have to do anything with drug dealing, but probably they get along with such traders and couriers very well. I mean, the first thing when you have to leave the bar because the doorman says you have to leave, the first thing you see is trash. A lot of trash and a path to a place where you will die when you don't have a spacesuit with you. So it is really welcoming, and the atmosphere takes effect on the player really well. I can imagine how different factions and bounty hunters ask around the crowd of role players to find a new job, or from the community given questline to explore an underground story from the O38 and its people. Or maybe you come across my comrades from Tyr, the ones who look at you to recognize if you're a troublemaker or not. All in all, it's still possible that other factions get hired to provide event security by Trevor Goose Wheatley, but since this took an important part in the Tyr security and private military company law, we would be glad to read some Easter egg iterations with the security doormen and bouncers provided by us in your roleplay story. If that's the case, please link your story in the description, comments or somewhere else, and I will be glad to read this. I'm very excited for more interactions, social situations, and when the bar hunt fighting in the Mystic Zones will come back to GrimHex and other landing zones. I think fighting in the bar so the security has to stop the trouble, or even the possibility of taking a pistol to press the barrel against another head, would strengthen the atmosphere for roleplay and the game itself. But this demands a functioner from the game given security to punish such player actions if this is going to escalate or doesn't have to do anything with immersion and roleplay anymore. A really hard problem to solve when you want to give such opportunities but don't want to break the motivation of playing the game. Since we are still in early development and alpha of Star Citizen, we just have to deal with that what is given to us. And this is such an amazing work already, with so many possibilities to play and roleplay this universe, so don't miss to experience the true immersion of this game and explore the deep dark underground bar of Stanton. We will see us in the verse, and maybe you come across one of my roleplay characters in the old 38 bar of GrimHex. My name is Kjeld Stormarnson, and this was From a Roleplay Perspective.